Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends to go over Belanor. Right there, the lead position, the Void Legendary Champion. I don't know if a lot of people play this guy or not. He has been revised, is single target only, but his leader skill and his A1 really make him viable for unkillable clan boss to one key it, which we're going to do at the end of this video. Really good for Spider here. We're going to hit the Spider and one-shot it for 5.5 million damage because we have him. Basically, it's like having a Draco Morph that brings in the weaken. He also brings in the decreased defense, but he has a good lead here. This crit lead means that you can make your champions much stronger and not worry about getting that 100% crit rate, 24 crit less, and that's how I have my Septimus set up, because I bring in my Bad Alcazar. My Bad Alcazar has the same lead. But then along with the Bad Alcazar, he's giving us additional damage, sure, but I have to bring in somebody else to give me that decreased defense and weaken. Let's go ahead and roll it and see what we've got. We're going to do these. We're going to do Arena. We're going to do the Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. One key with an unkillable comp. Don't worry, we're going to get to see it all. It should go by pretty excitingly fast, right? Here we go. So we put it up. There we go with our Septimus. Royal Guard. Royal Guard. Okay, we didn't need the third Royal Guard, right? But maybe you do. Maybe you need that third Royal Guard because yours aren't strong enough. That's fine. So we're going to go in here with a 4-man now. How fast was the other one? The other one was like 12, 14 seconds. We're coming in here. No, it'd be the same. Be the same because there we go. We hit again. Again, we've got a little bit left. 11 seconds. Okay, 11 seconds with 4 guys. If you want to bring in a Gerp Tuck to get additional damage out of it, let's do it. So we're bringing in Bell again. He is a good single target champion. We were all kind of really surprised that they didn't give him any kind of AoE move. It's really what we wanted from him. That's why we don't see. If he had one AoE move, that A3, then we'd see him more often. We didn't need that other Royal Guard. So now we're just going in with a Septimus and 1 Royal Guard. Once we brought in the Gerp Tuck, we didn't need that other second Royal Guard anymore. We're chopping it down. We don't need it. Now we're bringing in more damage. Here we are with Gerp Tuck. We've got Whirl'em in here to give us that increased critical damage rate. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we don't need any of those, and all we need is Septimus. So we're going to bring in, here we go. Here is the lineup. We've got them all here. Additional damage from our Bad Alcazar, additional damage from Gerp Tuck, and from Whirl'em. And then we've got our Septimus coming in. Boom. 5.5 mil, one shot. Takes longer than the other ones, right? 13 seconds. It took longer. So I'm coming into Arena. His A3, whenever it just kills somebody, and then the surplus damage will go over to the next person with the lowest HP. So if you kill somebody, whatever surplus damage you have will go to them, but it can't crit, which is pretty sad. See? See, it's pretty sad. Not a lot of people, nobody's going to bring him into Arena. This guy is just not an Arena champion, so we're going to jump out of here right now. I just wanted to show you. The A2 is the one where we'll put the weaken, it'll put the decreased defense, and then he'll attack after it. The A1, if he critical hits, he'll put up increased crit rate to the whole entire team for 1 turn, which is what really makes him special for the clan boss and for runs here. I mean, if you need, the thing is you can supplement your gear so much on the Ultra Nightmare clan boss for an unkillable comp when you use him as a crit lead for that 24 crit, and then you know that you're going to get crit from that buff. Whenever he crits, as long as he's at 100% crit, of course, he's going to crit every time he does his A1. It's going to give us what you see right now, a 30% increase in crit. So that's what? 54% crit that we do not have to worry about when we're building our Ultra Nightmare team. That's actually quite a lot. If you've built your unkillable team before, if you have your Painkeepers, your Man-Eaters, and your Seeker, you know that it's hard to get that speed, right? You have to get that high speed. And then you're also trying to get that crit rate up. You're trying to get that critical damage up and that attack up because you're not worried about survivability. You've got an unkillable comp and you need to get that damage there. I always want to run it with my Draco, of course. Here we are going through. This is a minute run. I was surprised it was so quick, and I don't know if Belanor was doing much in here. Was he? I don't know. 59 seconds we ran through there. Let's get on to the clan boss. So again, the reason why he's so good in a clan boss team is when you build a clan boss team, you can really focus on everything else. You can focus on getting that speed up. You can focus on getting your damage up. And with him, you're going to want to bring in a toxic set. You want toxic set on everybody else. But with those toxic sets, since you don't have to worry about 54% crit rate, you can drop that off. You can make your guy stronger. You can bring in that toxic set. You can get the speed you need. And you can get the crit and critical damage that you need. And the attack up. You want your attack up on all these people as well. So we're going to go in here. If you did run this team, or if you do run this team, let us know in the details below. How do you gear everybody? Like, how do you gear it for a 1 key? when you're getting a 1 key every time with him, how are you doing it? Are you doing toxic gear on all 4 of the others? And if not, what else are you using on there? What are you using on here? Because I can't get a 1 key. I did it 4 times in a row. And with what, because I have it set up for a Draco, right? And plus my guys are close to 100% crit rate. I'm not taking full advantage. That's what I'm saying. With him in here, for me to take full advantage of him, I would have to re-gear everybody. And I'm not going to re-gear everybody just for a video to show you guys that he can 1 key. Because believe me, there are tons of people out there that can 1 key. They've shown me screenshots even months and months ago. They have shown me tons of screenshots. If you have a player that can do a decreased defense and a weaken and help out with everybody else, I mean, that's the big thing here. You need that decreased defense. You need that weaken so that we can all overall get that massive amount of damage over 50 rounds. So we can 1 key this bad boy, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. And everybody's doing it out there with Belanor, but they've got the whole team geared differently, where I would have to go re-gear my team because I'm 12 million short. Every single run, I ended with 58 million. Every single one. I ran 4 of them, 58 million. On the nose because we're pretty consistent, right? All we need to do is get our weaken and our decreased defense up. The rest of it's going to be pretty consistent. We're gonna proc those War Masters at a consistent pace. What we need, though, what I would need is to re-gear all my other people in Toxic set and then not have to worry about crit as much. So it'd be easy to get that speed. It'd be easy to get the damage up, critical damage along with the attack up. And it would be a super, and I can understand. I can see why people are 1 keying this with him and that they've been 1 keying. This isn't a new thing. They have been 1 keying with him even before the update, before they updated him. So his total kit, though, I will say overall, and we're going to do a follow-up video on him along with Xavia because when they're together, they do a special move, right? They do a special pairing move to where he actually brings her in to do her A2. It's kind of interesting, and I want to see how far we can push that. So I'm going to have to re-gear them. Right now, he has my Draco gear on, my Relentless gear. That's what you're going to want to put him in, that Relentless gear in here, to do as many turns and as much damage as possible. We'll have to re-gear for that with him and Xavia and see what happens. But again, if you're going to run him in the Clan Boss, make sure that you go probably full Toxic. So let me know. I should have checked this ahead of time, but I'm so busy making videos, I didn't get on here and get to talk to people in GNL and everywhere else who run him in this position because they don't have a Draco Morph. And even if they did, if they're running him now, then they don't need to worry about getting a Draco Morph, right? Or if they do, they can just use Draco and whatever else they want to use him in. But this is Belanor. I think he is a decent champion for the 2 things I showed you in. As far as we ran through the Ice Golem too, you know in Arena he's got no play. We saw that. No play in Arena. Running through Ice Golem or running through Dragon, especially a Dragon. Dragon is really easy. If you were coming up in the game and you got lucky enough to pull this Void champion, I would kind of feel bummed out. If I got him and I'm a new player, I don't have anything else. It could have been a Chris, it could have been Siphi, it could have been a Hegemon, could have been a lot of other things, but instead you got a single target damage dealer that when he kills something on the A3, and that's all the A3 says, is that you do damage, you kill something. If you do kill something, the surplus damage goes over to the other one, and it cannot crit, which is really sad that it can't crit. So lackluster, right? And then the A2, he puts up the debuffs, and then he attacks after it. And then he puts himself in Veil. And then the A1, as long as he crits, he puts up a crit buff for everybody, which is pretty interesting. But honestly, I still feel like he needs another buff after he had that buff. That A3 needs to go to an AoE. And then any surplus damage hits somebody else whenever you kill somebody, right? AoE, then if you kill a couple people, surplus damage goes on to whatever else. You know, make this guy better than what he is right now. He is really good for the Clan Boss. People don't want him to mess up for this. They want to keep it the way he is, at least with that A2. The A1 for sure, because getting that 54% additional crit is insane. He needs a buff. He does. Let's just admit it. He needs a buff. Please let me know your thoughts on him below. If you have him, if you've been using him, I appreciate all your time, the love, and the support. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all on a video soon.